Woohoo! Welcome everybody, Hex Token channel. We're live. Wow, it's going to be a fun time. Hope you guys are having a good day out there. And of course, we've got the markets fighting at 30,000 on Bitcoin. So we're going to look at that today, and of course, look at our ecosystem prices as well for Hex, Maxi, Hedron, and of course PLSD. We're also going to jump over to BNB as well. Stay tuned for that. But we're also going to have a look at Richard Hart in Iceland, part of the video recordings they're doing for the highest of stakes. Man, this thing's stepped up. Looks like a Tom Cruise movie. So stay tuned for that. Going to be pretty good. So what are we getting at? I'm your host, Superman. Hey, that's where we're at the stage. Hope you guys are having a good time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. We're also going to talk about Google ads. Started Google ads around Pulsechain. So let me know if you've actually seen any. But we're going to talk about that as well because it's pretty interesting. I just started playing around with that, so I'm going to be spending a bit of time on learning that too. So very cool. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to have a look in the chat there and see who's in the house. Pretty sure we've got the audio up and running. Actually, haven't tested that, but let me know if the audio is all good in the chat there. Boom, boom, boom. And let's have a look here. We've got Dan in the house. So we've got Dave, actually. One day closer to RH update. One day closer to financial freedom. That's so true, Dave. Yeah, some people, say, like I think I said this yesterday, but some people say, people want delay. They want to launch Pulsechain now because they want to dump on our heads and stuff like that. Sure, there's always a few people like that. And we know a certain percentage has got that sort of mentality. But majority from the polls that we've done, people want passive income. So that's kind of where the anxiety comes from. So I think that's pretty fair. So we've seen majority of polling sort of do that on this channel. We've done quite a few big polls, and they've sort of suggested that. Dan Smithson, how could it be possible? Could it be possibly that Pulsechain launched today? And of course, the 3rd of June at 9:55. No, that's UTC time, I guess. Who knows? It's already 10:48 a.m. here. So who knows there, 10? Who knows? They could do a shock and awe. He is in Iceland, isn't he? So I'm not sure whether that's an issue or not. We got Dan Smith in the house there. Let's hope RH digs it, says Dan. Yeah, that's true. And Hexkins, what's up? What's up? Tintop. Tintop getting some nice shouts out there from Crypto Heartbeat yesterday. Did an early live stream for his time. So big shout out to Tintop. Hex Forces 1 as well. Hey everyone, hit the like while I'm at work. Have a great stream at HT. Hey Hex Forces 1, appreciate that. Have a good day at work too. And it's now that audio is good. That's great to hear. Got to watch the comments though. Got to watch the comments. Dan Simpson says, just been to watch Top Gun Maverick. Think the highest of stakes could compete. There's Dan. Yeah, it looks a bit like that, Dan. So I'm looking forward to watching Top Gun Maverick too. Dirty Paws. Woohoo! I got to see Dirty Paws in the house there. Sandy Beach as well. Hey, Sandy Beach, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And away we go. At the moment, hey, we'll start off with something different. We've got the Bitcoin chart here. And, of course, we've got our golden crosses and our death crosses. We've got our 50 moving average in orange. We've got a 100-day moving average in purple. And we've got our 200-day moving average in, you guessed it, green. Green. So 50 in orange. 100 in purple and a 200-day moving average in green. So shorter term horizons, medium and longer term horizons there. And of course, we've got the death cross here when the orange line there goes below the 200-day moving average in green. And we've got the golden cross when the 50-day moves above the green on the up there. So you can sort of see the basic movements there. At the moment, of course, they're quite separate. You've got the 50-day well below the 100-day and well below the 200-day on the green there. So miles away from any cross there with that indicator. So it gives you some idea. We're currently still in that death cross downward spiral for crypto. Obviously, Richard Hart, our founder, is talking about potential for a full pullback down to about 11,000. And of course, at the moment, we've been fighting, as you can see. Look at us, woohoo, fighting at 30K, trying to make it back up there. We went back down yesterday, and of course, we went down to 28 something, 28.8 or something like that. We're back down, we're back up today, over 30 at the moment on the daily candle. So interesting stuff there for Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the look at the hourly there as well. We do have kind of support. We're wondering whether at this stage, we'd get the zigzag at the moment and then go down towards the full bear market. But of course, I'm hoping for the best there. We do have a few structural differences in this bull market than we did in the previous one. Obviously, we've got a double top. Richard likes to call it a little Judas candle up the top there, but it is a double top. So we're coming down here, and of course, we're going to see, are we going to cascade down? We had this big correction here from 40K down to, at least the lower on this chart, down to 26,000. And of course, we've managed to fight our way back there. Will we get another candle like that down? And so that's the question. And will we get something like that down? Or will it be maybe half the size of that? So that could be, say 7,000 or 8,000 down. That would take us down to 23,000. If we got half of that red candle, that move down, which was a pretty major one, right? Pretty major one. And we'll see how we get on there. So I don't think you can even see that on here. But 11,000, if we got get down to Richard's full pullback, which is quite reasonable from here, reasonable assertion, that'd be a full pullback there. That would be down 62.5% from where we are, kind of approximately. Actually, it's a little bit bigger because we're up high here. So if we go down to 11, that'd be about a 64% pullback from where we are at the moment. So that would be interesting. Now, obviously, with this pullback, we came down, if you want to take the spike down here, 36%. And so if we had a 36% movement in our next one, 36% movement, that would be, around about 19.5, which would be under 20. So that'd be pretty severe. I would suggest that maybe 22, 23, and then, of course, muck around there. And then, of course, then we could try and attack the 20 on the way down. That's in a bearish scenario. We'll see how we get on there. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, of course. That's Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin's a bit like the big ocean, and all the other projects are sitting on it like boats. If the Bitcoin ocean rises, all the boats rise. If they go down, all the boats go down. Also associated with the Hart's law there. Very, very cool. Let us jump over to the 24-hour here. You can see this on plot 360, coin 360 here. And just having that rise up over the last day. This has kind of been our rise in the last day. Let's have a look at the Ethereum on here. We're going to have a look at Ethereum. The Ethereum here has got 1839 on Ethereum here. So Bitcoin leading the way as usual. Got a bigger gain, 2.7 compared to 1.229. BNB, of course, is at 308, and that's up 2.5% as well. So it's looking green across the deck. So it's nice to see a little go back over 30K. You guys know that I want reasonably good asset values for the launch of Pulsechain. So hopefully that will end up being the case from my point of view. And then because we're going to price everything up from zero, right? So we want to price up in absolute terms to a better price level. I think that'd be pretty cool. Let us jump over to the markets, of course. We've got Hex at the moment at 6.6, so showing that weakness has been below the support level that I've had of 6.8 cents. And of course, I actually haven't pulled that chart up, so let me pull that chart up. We're going to look at the quad charts first, though. 2026 here, so this is on the hourly, and you can see on the hourly there we're at 6.6 cents, and we were up at about 7 cents here. Just wondering where I was yesterday. So yesterday we were around about we're around about the 6. We're around about here yesterday, and so we've gone down a bit from there. Went down as low as 6.4 and 6.6. So we're sitting underneath resistance. The resistance there at 6.8 cents. We can see that on our. Let me just jump back here. You can see that on our full chart that we've been following Hex with. This is the Hex daily chart. The other chart was the hourly chart. And we can see that we're below sitting underneath the next resistance line, which was support. Yesterday was support. Now it's resistance at 6.8 cents there. So we'll see how we get on. We've got about 39 days to go to get out of this descending triangle as well, with the resistance up on this angle here. So see how we get on there. We're also waiting for this 13 EMA here in the yellow to cross back over the 50 to give us a possible turning in the trend there. You can see when it turns here, the market goes up. When it crosses the red line here, market goes up as well. So we're looking for that EMA to cross the 50 on the Bollinger Bands to give us an idea of a trend reversal at this stage. Not there yet, but it's closing on each other. And of course, today's a better candle today. The range today is pretty small, 6.47 to 6.986. So it's got a smaller candle there today. And of course, yesterday we thought we might end up with a nice little bullish hammer, but that didn't end up being the case. So it closed out like that yesterday. So there we are, waiting for Pulsechain too. So obviously Pulsechain is going to be a massive catalyst. Hex is kind of tied to that at this stage. So that's pretty much it on the Hex price there. We also got Hedron at 5766. So that's a pretty good accumulation phase area at the moment at these prices. So if we go full screen on Hedron, we can see that that is pretty much where we're at, the pretty much accumulation area really. If you these are kind of bouncing around the lows for Hedron. If we go to the daily on Hedron, we will see that let's have a look. Let's screen this up here. Bam. I'm gonna make that look a bit more reasonable, and there we are. Let's have a look here. So actually it might be a bit too small now, and don't have an auto relate there. So yeah, we're just you can see we're down near the bottoms here, and maybe a good accumulation phase. Obviously there's a lot of volume in Hedron, right? A lot of volume. What did I say? It's about 74 trillion, somewhere in that ballpark. So we'll see how this goes. But if you were going to accumulate, this is kind of the accumulation range here. I actually think even up to 1,000 under normal circumstances is kind of where you would start accumulating. And of course, accumulating at this time is actually a pretty good level. The all-time low, of course, is 459, and we're at 576. So if it does decide to get some whales rallies, that's where it would be. Once again, it doesn't have the momentum, doesn't have the attention, but does have the big pullback. So it's got 1 out of 3 things that you might want to look for. Now, Maxi, of course, and Pulse Dodge have got the attention, and of course, Pulse Dodge has momentum as well. It's kind of how I describe that. And a lot of people are talking about it. Obviously, it's about around Gunther and those that have helped spur the energy on, as it were. We got 11 cents for Pulse Dodge. For Maxi. That had quite a bit of a pullback an hour ago. Actually, really impacted the premium. It's currently at 11 cents, and of course, the premium actually got quite big, but still in the high premium range. But you can see that it went from about 75%, which we've seen it yesterday as well, and it went down all the way down to 55%. So pretty dramatic, but still in this range, the premium range between 52 and around about 82. So 52 to 82, that's kind of been where it's been stuck there. So look on the hourly, you can see that dramatic fall in the last 2 hours here. Was up at 75% premium, dropped all the way down to 55. So pretty big there. Someone must have done a big sell there, and away you go. So now we're back up on the next hour. We're still at a 66% premium. So very cool on that. I can switch out of there, and away we go. So I haven't actually looked at the trade there, but that's what's happened with that chart. And finally, Pulse Dodge, woohoo, with our plane. This is still looking pretty good. Let me know in the chat if you think this is looking pretty good. $3.82. Now, yesterday, this is on the daily chart. So yesterday we had a low of $3.47. Today we had a low of $3.44. And of course, yesterday's high was $4.24. And of course, today's high so far, $4.12. And looks like it's trying to make another go up there at the moment, $3.83. These candles do look kind of similar to each other, but this one's higher. So that's still trying to etch up a bit higher there. And maybe it might move sideways a little bit here before moving up. We'll see. We know that there are whales at play. Oh, there we go, 389, just live there. We know that there's some whales at play. So this, if they've, depending on how much dry powder they've got for their strategy might be a multi-week strategy because the launch phase is ticking down day by day by day. And of course, the total supply will be known So really is some interesting games going on there. And of course, the 397. Oh, you see that? 2 moves up in the time there. So it's starting to look a lot more bullish now. 397. We know that the talk in the town, the more talks on videos they do, the more troops they rally. Get what I mean? The more, it's like the Pied Piper. The more they talk about the whale strategy, cornering the market, the scarce supply, we won't sell down. Well, if we're kind of do limit orders kind of thing. Then the more mouse come into the follow the Pied Piper into the thing. So it's like, interesting. I think if there's one project that can do it, it looks like this one may very well do it. Of course, their vision. I'm just paraphrasing here, but their vision to create the mighty meme coin, the mighty Shiba, the SHIB on the Pulsechain. It's going to be fascinating to see. People talking about $10, $100 or more in terms of price. So we'll see how we get on with that. Obviously, you need a certain amount of financial energy to be able to make those things happen. The more people you can carry with you, the more likely you're going to go up. So we'll be watching this pretty closely. This is going to be a lot of fun to see Pulse Dodge play out, because it does have a lot of the right characteristics. But once again, if a whale decides to sell down, it can still sell down, right? If it decides to say, hey, well, we've got plenty of people coming now, everybody's in, as Richard Hart would say, Elon Musk just bought, then maybe they sell down. So we'll see what happens there. It is a market after all, speculation as well. So cool, but I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are too. I think it's got some promise. We'll see where it goes. All right, cool work. Let's get into some of the comments in the chat there. And away we go. So that is a bit of a wrap up of BTC, Ethereum, and of course our Hex charts. Hello, Hex Token. Everybody says Sandy Beach. Good to see Sandy Beach. Good to see everybody, says Briz. Hey Briz, good to see you. Dan Simpson, great film, says Dan Simpson. I think so. Talking about the Top Gun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying not to watch too much stuff. There's so many media reviews and other stuff on it. I'm really trying not to watch too much of it. I just want to, get the full experience, as it were. I like the fact that Tom's done, become such a good pilot now. He's doing a lot of the flying too. Vets in the crypto there. Woohoo! DCR's in the house as well. Could see Hex Token channel member DCR with the woohoos. Vets in crypto. Man, we've got some very creative names, that's for sure. Let's get it, absolutely. Baby Turtle in the house there. Hello, Baby Turtle. Good to see you, Baby Turtle, with the hearts and the little turtles. What else there? James in the house. James Bond, another Hex Token channel member. Hello, everybody. Woohoo! Good to see you in the house as well. We've got Cryptogonal. What's up, y'all? Good to see you, Cryptogonal. That's the one. And Tim Tot's in the house as well. Hey, Baby Turtle. Yeah, Tim Tot's there. Cryptomaniac as well. Hello. Hey, Cryptomaniac. It was good to see you in Discord. We finally worked it out. I was the one that deleted it accidentally, because there was another one in there that I saw. So I was a bit worried. We didn't want to have scammer come in. Hey, let's get into a video of the highest of stakes. Richard Hart. Now, there's a little bit of music on this. I hope that it's that I don't get pinged for the copyright. It is quite a risk, but I'm going to play it because we might just get away with it. If we don't, I'll find out pretty quickly. Because once you get a copyright on it, they harass your channel for at least a week. So hopefully not. Bart's in the house there. Hello, everybody. Hey, Bart, good to see you. Mr. Anom's in the house there, as always. Just create the like button. You smash that like button, but hit the subscribe button as well, and hit the bell for future videos. Let's go DCA all the way, says 10 absolute dollar cost average. That's how we roll here as well. All right, so cool on that. Let's have a look at the Richard Hart video and from the highest of stakes. Richard is pretty amped about the highest of stakes, so he's obviously very pleased. These guys are, I think they're Emmy Award winning, something like that. So they are very, very talented. And of course, let's watch the little Iceland little sneak peek of just part of what they're doing. So we're gonna have a look at that. Frosty Dog says, hey buddy, hey, good to see you, Frosty Dog.
That fucking thing. That's the biggest truck I've ever seen. Looks like a fucking alien attack vehicle, man. Bro, my God. What the fuck? Wow. Wow.
what you might have seen there too is that it says coming late 2022. So I'm not sure if you saw that. Coming late 2022 there. That's really positive, man. That's really bullish. So not early 2023, but late 2022. I like that. That's very bullish on the teaser there. So I hope you guys like that. Some cool imagery there from Richard. The truck moving through. So pretty cool. I think I've seen this truck before on documentaries type of things, but Iceland, man, that's pretty cool. So that's looking good there. We're going to jump over to Richard Hart's Twitter because he's got some actual pictures as well. So let's jump over to that. That's the video that we just showed you there. But he's got some cool images here. When one chopper ain't enough. So let's just go back here. Yeah, I think this is the one here. So he's got a video here of him in a helicopter. There, so you can see him in a helicopter. That's pretty cool. And he goes, "We got damn choppers. We got damn choppers." And that's pretty fun there. So that's Richard. Then we got some images here as well from the highest of stakes. When one chopper ain't enough, little early morning chopper to chopper action. Richard Hart went in Iceland. Did we mention this film is going to be epic? So you got some cool images there from Richard Hart. So yeah, looking at his watch, we've got 2 helicopters in the frame. It's going to look like some Top Gun Maverick stuff or Mission Impossible stuff. It's going to look pretty cool having some of these high-end stuff in there. So I'm liking it. Hope you guys are too. Some cool stuff there coming out. So very cool. Highest of stakes is pushing on. It's going to be a very important part of the Pulsechain and Hex story. Obviously Hex story in particular, but it's going to be a very important part of that. And of course, chapter 2 might be on the Pulsechain, right? A second documentary follow-up. Netflix and Disney, whoever else is after it, say, hey, we want a second one. We've got Pulsechain coming. Stay tuned. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play the narrative on that. Very excited to see it, man. Very excited indeed. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully avoided the copyright as well. I didn't do that when I was in Iceland, says Sandy Beach. That's funny. It was the timing, Sandy Beach. Your timing. You were not there at the same time. Now, you probably could have been a big star in the film too. James Bond and House, I need one of those trucks in my life, says James Bond. Yeah, those tires, man, they are beastie boy on those. So very cool. Yeah, drive one over the haters. Yeah, I just realized that I didn't actually show you the pictures, so I'm going to have to pull those up because I realized I still have the video on because I often do that. Everybody knows I do stuff like that. But here's the video of Richard in the helicopter that I was trying to show you before, but I was stuck on the old video. That's what happens when I show videos, but there we are. So that is the view there, looking cool. That is the Iceland one. And then, of course, we've got the pictures here. One chopper ain't enough, a little early morning chopper to chopper action. And we've got these cool pictures here with the 2 helicopters and, of course, the mountainous terrain. Richard with his cool watches. And, of course, you got the highest of stakes says, did we mention this film is going to be epic? And like I say, this is going to be really epic. I think so. These guys are very talented, the highest of stakes. Cool. G says gas price will be higher than East, though, says GD. And it will be on the helicopters, that's for sure. Sandy Beach says yes. Unless GD, it's the Gwei is up at 2,500, 3,000 Gwei. I'm sure they'll be in line with the prices there. Yes, lol, says Sandy Beach about being a star in the film. I'm sure that was going to happen too. Morning, it's all Brendan's in the house. Hey, Brendan, good to see you. Woohoo! Let's go, Brendan's in the house. All right, so there we are, folks. We've got, like I say, we've got Bitcoin is just cruising around there at 30,518, making a bit of a comeback. Let's see how we get on. Now, it takes a lot of economic energy to get back up at these higher ranges here. Especially up in this 45 range. It's been 45, twice, 1, 2, 3, even there, but 1, 2, 3, got up to 47, 48. It really takes a lot of economic energy to get up there. So financial energy, as we say. So we'll see how we get on. At the moment, we're kind of in here. But is it going to do another sharp down? As I said, maybe to 22, 23. Then if they muddle around there, if it breaks 20, of course, down it can go. Definitely down to Richard Hart's full pullback scenario of 11K. But of course, that's the bearish scenario. We are still in a bear trend, but we're not quite there 100%. Like this yellow line's kind of where we touched down on a double top, but we're pretty close there. We're still in a bearish trend, but we're still at a probably the most critical point, holding on to this 30K line where we've been battling at the moment. If it goes down there, man, that 11K is looking very likely rather than more likely. It's looking going to be interesting. We'll see how we get on, because I'm hoping that doesn't play out quite like that, but we will see. And of course, Hex at the moment is sitting just below resistance line here, and of course it's 6.8, 6.9. So we're currently 6.77, almost there, almost back over. Can we do it? Yes, we can. We can do it. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that was it. So we're gonna have a quick look at the BNB. BNB price, of course, is $308. So we're going to jump over the BNB projects and just trying to check my studio screen to make sure I've got the right one on. We've got Pulse Dodge at the moment. Let's full screen this. Pulse Dodge at 573. And this is the original coin, not Pulse Dodge coin, but Pulse Dodge. And it's at 573. Now, obviously, they're going to have auctions on the Pulsechain. So we'll see how they go with those. I suspect they might do pretty well. Some people don't like the art, so a lot of people do. Just depends on your attitude towards that. 24 cents is the P33, obviously related to Pulse, Free Pulse. That's at 24 cents there. And yeah, just looking, on the low side, really, isn't it? So just the way it is. Yeah, I just wonder whether this might have the most opportunity for moving higher, given their Free Pulse association, but it's not a given. So you got to be careful with that. Here is IM. After a 90% burn of their supply, they are at 836. So really pulled back. Not a lot of attention being paid to this at the moment. But you never know. Someone might try and start a reversal on that. And of course, if we go to the last update that we had from KG, from Internet Money, we had this one here. And of course, this was a very good update. This was the update here. A majority of IM supply has been burned, 393 trillion, leaving only 17.9 trillion between the Vault wallet and those in circulation. This was done to accumulate the new tokenomics of using a portion of the IMD supply. So that's the wallet that's coming up. So that's the secondary token coming later, the ones that some of us have sacrificed for. To accumulate PLS to purchase what IM off the markets. IM is the current one on BNB. That's getting airdropped over off to the open market, and then IM being subject to the vote to burn. An incredible pumpermental keeping IM ever deflationary. Because of this, the big burn is no longer in effect and will be removed from the site. So they had the big burn. Big burn was this 393 trillion. They only got about 18 trillion left from here. The remaining 8.8 trillion in the vault will be used to supply liquidity on Pulsechain. So that's pretty much it. Used to airdrop IM for new wallet app load downloads. So obviously with the IMD token and the new wallet, they're going to have IM airdrop downloads as well. They're also looking at PLS as well. So people, that's the enticement, will be going to get some free airdrops into your wallet if you uptake the wallet, which I really like that. And as a sacrifice for that wallet, I'm excited about that. And of course, away they go. So they've got a full team developing that now. I'm very excited about that. So patience is a virtue, of course. We're learning that very much so with Pulsechain. So excited about that. What does they say here? By purchasing and holding IM on BSC, you will get a 1-to-1 copy on Pulsechain. Yes, CIMD is the certificate token for IMD. This is kind of the intermediary token before IMD launches in the wallet. But you can buy and sell the CIMD token when Pulsechain launches. It's kind of the intermediary step there. So if you do sell your CIMD token, you won't get your IMD token on the launch. So it's just important there. They also had an update 6 days ago. So we're going to have a quick look at that update from 6 days ago. It's very brief for Internet Money. Development update, discovery phase for website upgrades started today. You will see an incredible website in our near future. Estimated timeline for a revamped beautiful website is 4 to 5 months. So they're all quite far out. I'm sure they're going to be amazing, but it's all the stuff is further out. But this is the way it is, what it is. Of course, Pulsechain It's taken a while, so we'll just have to be patient. Epic website imminent though. So some interesting stuff there. Someone made a comment about this too in the chat here. Tony B says 4 to 5 months. So this was back on the 30th of May. What's taking so long? We can't get websites up within a week. Says Tony B. And then Internet Money says our dev team used the agile development process. So if you've been part of agile, it is quite a slow process. Some people, I'm not a big fan of agile, but if you go into IT departments these days, they pretty much indoctrinate you with the process. The management bring it in. Management have got to look like they're doing something, so they bring in the agile process. I'm not a big fan myself. It takes more time, but results in a cleaner, more thorough project. Well, that's debatable. That's debatable. But in any case, you can go through heaps of iterations. I prefer some other approaches to development, and I think that they work better in my view. With that said, it's possible to release sooner, but the longer estimate should be considered. So some updates there. But I love the updates from KG. Always very thorough. And of course, the big one, of course, around the wallet in this update was this one here. So the wallet development is officially underway. This was back a month ago. We now have a full team of legal, front-end devs, back-end devs, and smart contract devs, and a CTO project manager. And once wallet is live, we'll have 24/7, 365 support. So this is really cool. I'm super bullish about it being really well resourced. And of course, we are in the discovery phase. And of course, the last update was about that. This phase is essential to the development of the process. The phase will yield us a blueprint of the wallet, a roadmap of milestones and timelines, and hopefully some mock-ups of the wallet. This phase should take 6 to 10 weeks. So that's probably at least halfway through now. Probably around about halfway through, I would say, that discovery phase. Team Dev has quoted us that the version 1 of the wallet and IMD will be live within 8 months. There will be a beta version sooner than that for testing. So pretty excited about that. These quotes could take less time, but we as community should prepare for the longer ends. Well, we're already prepared for the longer ends because everything takes longer. Every project's taking longer. I think the first teaser we got from any team that I can think of, we got Mintra was out pretty early. Fiat, which was a very simple version, so that was out early. But that's actually quite a simple fork basically. But Fiat actually had their own UI, so that was out pretty good. And of course, we just recently had Power City with Power City's UI. So definitely we're getting patience. Patience is going to be one of our cultural hallmarks of this community, just the way it is. So that's pretty much that. And yeah, nice little update there. So that is associated to this chart. This chart is obviously the current token. We'll see how it gets on. IMD, I think, will have a lot of, course, there's a lot of sacrifices. It will have a lot of people, pushing for that. Also, obviously, Richard Hart's wallet's coming up too. We've also got Staker App out there. Of course, version 2 is expected to come out now. Obviously, Staker App is miles ahead of everybody technically because obviously they've got some very talented developers. But also they have a huge user base as well as very good at development. And innovation in that space. So watch that. It's going to be fascinating. Obviously, Rich Hart's got looks like more than one dev now working on the wallet, as per his last tweet about having more devs. And then telling us more than one on the wallet, I think it was. So pretty cool. We'll see how that all goes out. It's going to be a nice battle there for the wallets, and they all got offer something different, right? So Internet Money offers you a share of the revenue if you hold the token, whereas Staker App doesn't. They take the profits for their centralized thing, but they offer a lot of good services. So I don't want to discount that at all. Obviously, I've been talking about Staker App for a long time, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Interesting space. Each wallet's going to offer different things from the looks of it. But of course, yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. It's going to be pretty amazing. All right, let us see where we're at there. So that is the end of the BNB charts. So I hope you guys enjoyed that update. Really, all the action is on the ETH charts, particularly with Maxi and Pulse Dodge at the moment. But we've got Hex slowly trying to move up there, 6.8 cents, sitting on resistance at the moment, on the resistance line at the moment. So we'll see how we get on. Very cool. Let's leave the charts there, and we're going to close out of that. Bam. And we're going to play a bit of the video that we had. We're going to play a bit of that video. Just let's me catch up on the comments at the moment. GD says meant about the truck. Okay, good. That's true. That's true, GD. Sorry about I missed that one. I thought we were talking about the helicopters. I did do the copter when I was there. Yeah, says Sandy Beach. Nice. I bet it was a lot of fun. Excellent choice, says woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, Jen Hex, good to see you in the house as well with the ducks. Looking good. Brendan says we can do it. We can. I get paid tomorrow. No pump yet, please, for Hex. That's right, Jen Hex. I think there's a few of us looking to accumulate at good prices, so I wish you the best on that. Craig says Sandy. PLSD holding nicely, says James Bond. Yeah, I think it's doing a bit better than holding nicely. I think it's still looking pretty good. It does need to consolidate at different levels. Probably is a nice way, but not too long, I guess. Depends on how high and how fast you want to go, because the higher it goes, the more propensity for people to sell. And of course, the higher the price that whales want it to go. Whales don't mind if it slips down, right? Because they want people to, free claimers to sell. They want people to sell into them at lower prices. So they're not too worried about that, in my view, as they take the price, ratchet it up high there. Sis in the house there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Good to see you. Excellent choice. That was a great stream we just watched. Not sure what that one was about. James Bond in the house there. Internet money at Pulsechain 2022. Pretty awesome. Yeah, that's the other thing I didn't talk about, but Pulsechain 2022 is going to be pretty amazing. And we're going to have KG from Internet Money is going to be there. Very, very cool guy. Nice guy. And he's been on a few of the YouTube channels with the rest of the utility projects. So these are the ones that I call the top tier projects. We're talking about liquid loans, offering functionality. So I'm not talking about necessarily the structure of the teams. The quality may vary, but the actual product offering is very strong. So that's how I'm describing these. We've got liquid loans, we've got fiat, we've got Power City, obviously Internet Money in there, and a few others in there. So we've seen a few of those. They're very, very good discussions, those ones, when they stay on topic, that is. Some of the off-topic stuff I absolutely cringe at, but never mind. That's just the way it goes. Richard Hart, Mitch Lowe, and George Wendt and Foster Gamble are going to be there. And, of course, we've got to go further down. We've actually got... I thought that we're on here, actually. Okay, they're not Internet Money. There we are. There's Internet Money. And then we're going to scroll down a bit further. 95 days to go till PulseCon. Man, we better get Pulsechain out. Hey, better get Pulsechain out live. There's the tickets at the moment. Actually, I'm probably almost due to have Internet Money back on for an update, I think. We got KG there. That's KG that we're talking about, Internet Money. Who else there? No one new. Can't see anyone new there. We've talked about Lydia and Pixie last time. Yeah, I think we'll talk about them. And I think that hashtag everybody's going. Everybody's coming, I should say. Lots of sponsors on there now. There's all the sponsors in there. And I think that's it at this stage. So look at people at the White House there with the Pulsechain, the PulseCon. That's pretty neat. That looks like the whole team, isn't it? Is it the team? I guess it is. Cool. So they've got lots of cool stuff there. Check that out. Of course, PulseCon. Yes, and KG from Internet Money will be on the panels there from the looks of it. And I guess they'll have a booth at the expo. If I'm reading that right there, maybe I'm wrong. Might just be on the panels there. Who else have we got in the house there? We've got Gen Hex, 6.3 more weeks. I think you might be right there, Gen Hex. 6.3 more weeks. Yeah. Oh, thanks. That's on my rewatch list. What else we got here? Cryptomaniac says, here I am coding everything myself. Lol, says Cryptomaniac. Yeah. There are one person teams or one man teams out there doing all the work by themselves rather than working in a dev team. It does have its benefits though too, Cryptomaniac. You don't have the communication issues, but and some of the other pressures that you get. But watch the space on that. I will post the stream in Discord. It's good for everyone to watch and plan for all of our future success on choice. Go for gold on that one. Danny Beach is in the house there. Woohoo! Sorry, Discord general chat. All right, well, let's have a quick look at general chat there. So this is the one here. How Hex and Pulsechain how legislation will affect your crypto. So it's got Crypto Stylist and RG3 from the looks of it. So you can check that out. What else there? If you haven't joined Discord, by the way, the link's in the video description. 25 more people until we reach 500. So if you haven't joined, hit the join button there for Discord. Hex Token YouTube channel on Discord 24/7. Of course, this is a syndicated Discord with Heinz Crypto and Gen Hex, and of course our awesome community leader is basically Heinz. It's now I should say, and so definitely get in and join. Now you've got useful links here as well. So everything around Hex and Pulsechain and PulseX and everything else, you can check all that out. That really is pretty cool. We've got video tutorials on Pulsechain Bridge and of course PulseX, all about 2 to 5 minutes long, very easy to follow. We've also got the general chat here and for Richard Hart tokens, so you can get into that. Price chat, of course, and you want to talk about prices and trading. We've got non-crypto chat if you like cars and airplanes and things like that. It looks pretty good. That looks pretty nice, actually. We've got the cool stuff like that. We've also got Pulsechain projects, risky. Obviously, you want to talk about Pulsechain projects and airdrops. We've got new token chats in here. I'm actually thinking of making another group in here for airdrops. So I might just break out some of the airdrops and put those in as we know. Obviously, you need to always do your checks on those, but that's what we got. Also, the links there to all the new token projects on Pulsechain. These are kind of projects that are native to Pulsechain most of the time. We've added a couple more here. These last 4 are also new sacrifices: Snowball, Aqua, Radex, and Pulse Auction. And of course, you can get to sacrifices with the links up here. Pulsechain sacrifice projects. Check that out. So what's there? If you're a Hex Token channel member, there is a private chat as well. And of course, if you're a Hex Token channel member on YouTube, you also get a purple name as well. One of the perks there. So very cool. Channel members have blue names. So if you haven't hit it, join in the link in the video description. Cool VIP, as we say. Cool VIP. There we are. So Bitcoin at 30,570. Hex at the moment is at 6.8 cents at resistance. Hedron at 585. Maxi at 11.29 cents, making a bit of a recovery there after that big sell earlier. And of course, Pulse Dodge there, $3.88. Chilling it with the homies as it were. Now let's play. We're going to play a little bit of the video from the Power City teaser. This is the latest UI from one of the leading teams that are providing very important utilities to Pulsechain. We're talking about fiat gateways, the indirect fiat gateways via exchanges, also efficient DEX swapping and bridge swapping. So there's going to be pretty important functionalities there for people for financial flows to come into Pulsechain. We need lots of them to really allow people to be able to flourish in that way. So it's going to be awesome to see that. I look forward to their stuff. So definitely think he's one of the key players at the moment that are native to Pulsechain community. So it's going to be cool. Let's check it out. Yeah, I added I slightly upped the tempo on the soundtrack for that, but that's a pretty cool update. So basically, if you pause the video, you can see that it's got the dashboard at the top there. This is the core product. So imagine the core product in the middle, and then they've got all the utility products around it, and if all the revenue flows into the core. That's pretty much how it works, like a DAO treasury. It's a little bit like that. It's got staking features as well. So it's got a dashboard at the top, swap features, stake, lock, and calculator and profile there. And interesting. So I'll be interested to see whether the profile also will link to their NFT marketplace. Remember, they're also looking to do that. So if we can do the bridge, which interacts with centralized exchanges, Fiat Gateway that way, but also with the NFT marketplace. Those are their front leading products that they bring out first. Later on, they're going to have the compounder, nodes, and metaverse coming as well. So these guys have got a big roadmap. Those first three products: the code, the core, the bridge, and the NFT marketplace are coming up first. So pretty cool. Let us know in the chat if you've heard anything else that I haven't mentioned. But basically, this is kind of some of the snapshots they got there, where you can do sorts of swapping there. That's the swapping tool. You got the stake unstaking features there as well. So cool on that. You got the looks like a Power City core node with the prices there, market prices, etc. So pretty cool. So check that out. And of course you got the funky music. That's the way we go. We've got a couple other people in that house there. Let's have a look who's just chimed in. Let's make sure I'm not too far back here. Lost Legacies in the house there. Hello world and follow Hexagons. Good to see you, Lost Legacy. Very, very cool. Hex God Turtle says June the 7th, please. Release date. Go Turtle Power. I like that. That's pretty good. Good to see Hex God Turtle in the house. What's up, guys? Good to see Hex God Turtle. And of course, yeah, join the Discord there. That is the Discord. We're heading up towards 500 people on Discord. Really, really cool. Hey, we got Crypto Heartbeat in the house there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, good to see Crypto Heartbeat. Yeah, that earlier stream you did, I just managed to watch it at the end before I went to sleep there. So yeah, appreciate the big shout out too. Crypto Heartbeat, big shout out. Now, obviously, most of you probably subscribe to Crypto Heartbeat. If you haven't, go subscribe to Crypto Heartbeat YouTube. It does amazing stuff there. Man, oh man, oh man. And I think we're very like-minded in so many ways. So big shout out to Crypto Heartbeat. Hex God Turtle in house there. Did anyone see Crypto Banter doing a little hating on Hex today? So sad. Yeah, that's very sad indeed. He's missing out on his T-shares. Remember, Hex is all about getting T-shares. Of course, you earn that pretty little Hex per T-share. It's going up and up and up. And of course, the amount of owners are getting less and less and less. The T-share rate is up and up and up to the right. So it's just the way it goes. Cream Adela Cream says a crypto banner looks like a venomous snake. All right, that's enough craziness for this morning. This morning, my time anyway. Flex from PC is going to be cool too. Yeah, Flex from Power City sounds like it'll be good. Sandy Beach. Someone was talking about it yesterday. Now, if you haven't seen, Fashion Coder had an interview with Power City. I'm hoping they'll get Power City on here too. I need to get onto that. Excellent choices in the house there. Good to see excellent choice as well. And check out that video. DJ Pauline house. Anyone claim the Optimism airdrop yet? Let DJ Pauline know. We've got the dancing on, of course, because Superman was dancing with that. Sandy Beach was dancing too. Get this Lambo party started, says James Bond. That's right. We are patient. One thing that we have in this community, delayed gratification, paying our future selves, and of course, patience is the other side of it. We got plenty during this long time before we wait to Pulsechain. We've just got to keep spreading the word and educating people and onboarding people. That's just the way it goes. Hex, by the way, is not waiting for anyone. Hex is just going up and to the right. So up and to the right, and so we've got the share rates, get people in earlier, the better off they are. The T-share rate is not holding off for anybody. 22,689 at the moment. The T-share payout 6.14. We've got 24 minutes until the day ends. We're already at 2.5 years, folks. 2.5 years, now heading on towards 3 years of the Hex journey. We passed it about yesterday or today, depending which way you want to look at it. Day 912, 913. In any case, we're about to enter day 914, so we're heading towards 3 years on the Hex journey there. And as I say, the Hex share rate is not holding off for anybody. The earlier people get in, the better off they are on average over time, because it's going up and to the right. We saw that the other day. It went up $7.55, which was $60 at the time. And of course, it went at 35 the day before that. So $60 day. And of course, we're still at the beginning of that big parabola or exponential curve, however you want to talk about it, coming up there. So it was still at the very beginning still. It gets quite steep later on. So hold on to that. The Hex payout per T-share is going to climb too. As I say, as the reward pool goes down, the ownership of T-shares goes down, the amount of T-shares goes down, the reward pool is going to be getting bigger per T-share, and your payouts are going to go up. Now, if you haven't seen the KSB TV guys, that's Patrick and Abit, they have done probably every year they've done projections on the Hex per T-share payout, and you can see on their projections they've got payouts getting up at 40 Hex per T-share, 50 Hex per T-share. So you can see how amazing that gets into as time goes. So it's going to be fascinating to see that. All right, so we're going to come back to that possibly in the next wee while as the live stream goes on. What I want to talk about was, hey, we've got Hex moving up there on the alley. Nice. What I want to talk about was Google ads. So at the moment, I've just started some Google ads on Pulsechain. So do let me know if you ever see one. I've just started those. We're going to talk about that in a second, but let's get through more of the comments. Gino Paulie says, Wendy's has some info on Twitter to claim. I didn't know the best way to bridge back, says DJ Paulie. Definitely, you can talk about that probably on the off-topic chat there in Discord. What else we got going there? Baby Turtle's in the house. Woo! I love Jesus. Nice one, Baby Turtle. Let's got a couple other things. Crypto band to talk about Hex today. Yeah, people talking about that. Cream de la creme, lols. Waiting for that 20,000 Bitcoin to launch, says Dan Simpson. Yeah, what's 30,500? It's trying to hold on to that level. Hollywood Trader says, yep, I claimed my Optimism airdrop, had 3 wallets that qualified. Cool. Definitely we can get into the Discord on that one. That'd be pretty cool. Vets in Crypto says, hit that like button. Yes, smash the like. I agree with that. And DJ Pro OP bridge at 150. Really? That's crazy. What else do we got? Baby to something like Hex going to 0, something like that. Oh, that's crazy stuff there, but sure. Game Man in the house. Hey, good to see J Man. And Brazil is laughing out loud. Hey, let's get into it. So I'm just going to refresh. I'm doing an ad, just run an ad on the Pulsechain. So we're going to see how that's going. It's just started up, so it's going to take a couple of days to get some good data. But I've got some cool keywords in there. Some interesting numbers coming out. So and of course I'm learning how to use this. It's going to take me a little while, obviously, because there's it's simple, but it's also to get good at it. Need to get a bit of experience. But seems like the phrase crypto news seems to be the best so far. Crypto news phrase seems to be the best. It's interesting. So we're just building up on there. And I'm actually not sure what's actually a good performance comparison, but I'm going to investigate that. I'll get back to you on this. There's a bit of a journey, so we're going to see how that goes. But definitely getting more eyes in the general crypto, so targeting crypto market generally. So that's kind of a lot of the keywords: cryptocurrency, crypto news, things like that. A couple of the words don't seem to get ads presented. So like coin market cap, ironically, because coin market caps have advertised so many bad scams and stuff, got people wrecked. But blockchain stuff like that. So it's interesting numbers. Just started off, so probably in the next day or two, once I get these numbers start climbing, I'll let you know some of the results that are coming through. But crypto online, crypto news is the kind of the ones that most of the ads are getting shown to at the moment in terms of keywords. But crypto news has definitely got the best engagement. People that click on the videos. So it's going to the video that's going to is the complete Pulsechain ecosystem guide for beginners in 3 minutes. So that's the video that the ads are going to. And the data is showing where people. So there's so many people get impressions. The ads showing up on so many places. But then, of course, only so many people click on it. So you get a kind of what they call a view rate, and the number of people that have clicked on it per impression and percentage terms. So we'll see how that goes. Each of them cost different money too. So each of the keywords that are used, there's a different cost per click. So it's interesting stuff there. And yeah, so it's all targeting Pulsechain, getting the word of Pulsechain out to the crypto market there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be running this over how many days? I can't remember how many days, but it's quite a few days, maybe a week or something. And we'll see how it gets on. It's going to be fun to watch. Baby Turtle says the crypto banner he said sacrifice for Pulse, I think. Yeah. Okay, cool. Can you post in Discord the information on the Optimus airdrop, says Sandbex. Yeah, post it in there. So that is cool. We'll see how we get on with some of these percentages. At the moment, still only just started. I'm trying to find the impressions actually. Can't see the impression numbers there. Maybe I'll find it on this one here. Okay, so that's all for both of them. Let me have a look. See whether that gives me the. Okay, so far 7,740 impressions. Only just started too, so that's a lot. So we'll see how that goes over time and the amount of views that we get on average. So it's still just trying to accumulate that data. Probably going to need at least 3 days of data for that to start making some sense. All right, cool. I'll keep you posted on that one. Pulse 777 says, "Hey, Super Kiwi, how's it going? Good to see it. 777 in the house. Very good, thank you. Very good indeed." All right, so here we are. We got the Hex price at 6.8 cents. We've got Hedron at 5.85, Pulse Dodge at $3.84, and Maxi at 11.29. With the premium over Hex is currently at 66% as the premium over Hex at the moment. So had a bit of correction, but it's fighting its way back. So it was up at 75, went down to 55, now back at 66. So having a good fight on there to hold on to that premium, which I'm sure it will do because it's been pretty consistent for some time now. Very, very cool. How we're doing for time? 56 minutes. Very cool. I think I've up to all my videos I was going to play. The one thing we are waiting for is, of course, we're waiting for liquid loans. We're waiting for liquid loan sacrifice points and, of course, the user interface for testing. So we saw a sneak peek of PUSD with their core system. We are waiting for liquid loans information. So this was a couple of weeks ago. They've missed both these targets on this video, but we'll watch this as a quick teaser about what will come up when it does actually eventuate. I imagine that both going to come out at the same time as my guess now, as opposed to what was mentioned in these videos. Let's have a quick look.
Popping up is about the sacrifice balances. People are asking about when can they see their sacrifice balance and how many points they have and what's not.
Yeah, I know that we're very close to releasing something on that front. Obviously, we're doing some internal testing of that now. So the balances have been calculated. We've incorporated all of the different mechanisms that we had included initially in the sacrifice phase, including the referral content. So all of that's been incorporated. And obviously, we'll do the internal testing. We'll pilot test with a couple of folk that we know that can help us through that process. And then we'll release something out to the community so that they can start reviewing their balances and coming back to us with any queries and questions. So that's imminent. My expectation is within the next week, we'll end up seeing something. So folks will be able to start checking their balances and just confirming that all the calculations are.
Yeah, so that hasn't eventuated in that time frame, so that's obviously coming up in the future. I was wondering whether I had speculation on who was actually helping them test those sacrifice balances, but let me know in the chat who you think, because I think it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's obvious, but we'll see. Let me know in the chat there. So that's coming up. This is probably the next big thing that I can think of out of the biggest. This is the biggest project on Pulsechain outside of Pulsechain and PulseX itself. And so we'll see how that gets on. The other bit, of course, was the user tester interface. So we're going to watch that. Of course, this is expected to come out. This is still within the time zone time frame. So the user testnet expect to come out. So I do good chance they'll both come out at the same time.
Has been coming up recently has been about the testnet, and will people see liquid loans on the testnet anytime soon?
Yeah, so the guys are working really, really hard at the moment to get all of that up and running. And the difference here is that we didn't really want to push something out ahead of time. So it's got to be pretty much complete. And one of the things that will help us on that journey is to make sure that we've got active price calls. So the guys are integrating, obviously, PulseX is one mechanism that we'll use. There's another mechanism that I won't go into a lot of detail now, but it will provide some redundancy for being able to make price calls against PulseX. And the guys are working hard to get that finished. So my expectation is that we'll end up seeing something in the next couple of weeks. The rationale being, we don't ever want to release anything before it's really ready. And, you know, I think the community appreciates that when we deliver content, it's actually of high quality. So we're not going to rush anything out until the product, or basically the system and the DApp are actually up and running fully, and that we can actually allow people to fully test what we've developed.
All right, so that there is the tester stuff that's coming up. We're going to be excited about that. I wonder, they're going to do pulling, obviously, price feed from PulseX, and they talk about another one. So I think Liquidity does theirs both from, I think it's Oracle Chainlink Oracles. So it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to pull that price from. So let me know in the chat what you think about that. Ramon Carellos in the house says Jesse was on Million or the Moon today. He said SAC total will be I'm not sure what that next word is, but as early as tomorrow or late as Tuesday next week, are you saying? So as early as tomorrow, so basically within the next 3 or 4 days from the looks of it. So that's a really good update, Ramon. Appreciate that. Big shout out. So cool. So that's kind of the update there. So we're waiting for all that to come up there. Very cool. So that's kind of the next big thing for me as well, is coming up there. I am interested into what the next other price feed would be other than PulseX. You know, is it yeah, let me know what you think. It's got to be able to pull the prices pretty reliably. So another AMM link out there. Who else is doing some of those? Power City, Chaos, someone like that. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Let me know your thoughts on that. I appreciate the insights there. Very, very cool. All right, so here's where we're at the moment. 6.85 cents sitting at resistance on the Hex chart. And of course, we go to the daily. We can see us sitting right on that line there. This is on my charts, of course, 6.8 cents. And there we are. That's where we're at. And of course, if we want to find the source of that support, that is back here. You can see how we hit that in resistance here back in May. And of course, in June, we managed to hit that as support. So it was a previous resistance twice. We broke through it on the third time, and then it became resistance in late June. And then, of course, that's serving as our support here, obviously relatively weak. Our next one, of course, down there was 3.6, which we actually hit. It doesn't show on this chart on the time frame. We actually hit that, of course, and you can see that on our hourly our chart here on Dex Screener. If we go to the daily, you can see that we hit that mark. So we're going to zoom that up a little bit there, pull it up there. So this is the day we hit it here, back on the 27th of May. We hit 3.577 cents on Hex. So that was pretty dramatic on the spike day. And of course, some people had limit orders. They managed to pick up a little bit as it hit that at 4 cents or so. So very, very cool. Then checked out limit orders. I did a video on matcha.xyz. Check that out. It's very easy to use on matcha.xyz. You check out the video on this channel, Hex Token. So cool. All right, let us get back to where we're at here. I'm going to go back to the hourly, I should say. Did I say daily? I'm trying to say daily and hourly together, and I said daily. That's crazy. Only on YouTube. 6.8 cents. All right, Mixed Crypto Arts, top of the morning to you. Hey, Mixed Crypto Arts, good to see you in the house. We're just 9 minutes away from midday, so we're about to finish day 913 on the Hex journey, 913. We are 2.5 years in the Hex for sure now. Day 9, 12, 9, 13, depending on which way you look at it, was 2.5 years at Hex, and we are at the end of Hex, 2.5 years for sure now. And of course, we're coming up to 6 more months away from 3 years, 6 more on the Hex journey. We're really growing up, So if you hear channels talking, dogging Hex, Hex is just powering it through. We are just growing up and maturing. And of course, a lot of our present mood is tied to Pulsechain, and that's not unforeseen. Pulsechain has pretty much been a huge part of our environment since early last year. So it's a big deal, and we're waiting for that. It's also going to have an impact on Hex directly because of the fact that you get a copy of Hex on Pulsechain that is tied Hex very closely into Pulsechain. Obviously, also liquidity, the liquidity movements, and liquidity pairing, bonding when we see it as well. So it's Hex is very tied to the Pulsechain. So this is the way it is. We have big players have made particular moves during that, some based on good information, some based on bad information, and we've seen some good decisions arguably from an individual point of view, and some bad decisions as well in recent times. So we'll just have to, that's just how it goes. That's what markets do. And we just wait for Pulsechain, really. That's going to be a lot of fun when Pulsechain comes. What else in crypto is going to be as exciting as Pulsechain and Pulsex? Nothing, Burger. Nothing at all. So very cool on that. I'm excited. Let's go to CoinGecko. Let's have a look at some of the trading here. We're also going to pull up Pulsex as well. Now, Pulsex, I did a big deposit there. We're not finished yet because 24 hours is still to come. Let me just log on here to our Play Wallet. We have got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Let's have a look here. So we're going to go Pulsex here. Now I'm looking to do, hopefully I'm going to look to do a risk return chart today. I haven't done that before on this channel. So we might get in to do that later on. So I maybe do that in my second live stream, risk return in terms of investments. So we're going to look at that. If I get that done today, that would be cool. All right, so let's go to the farms. Yesterday we put some, we did a swap on the exchange. We swapped some PLSX for PLS so that we could put around about $760,000 worth of crypto and PLS and PLX into the liquidity pool, or pretend money, of course. So we went to liquidity. After we did that, we added our liquidity, bam, and of course we put in those two pairs. We put in Pulsex and we put Pulsex, and we put some liquidity in. We got a decent amount of the pool. From that, of course, we're going to earn fees in liquidity provision. By adding liquidity, you get earned 0.22% of all trades in the pair, proportional to your share of the pool. So that was cool. We're going to earn those fees. But then we get ownership tokens called LP tokens, liquidity provider tokens, and we can take those and earn a secondary income as well, which is actually probably way more lucrative in some cases. So we go to the farm there, and we go to the farm and we put our LP tokens that we get. Those are our ownership tokens of our position in liquidity pool, and we can add them in by adding in any of them if we've got them. Of course, I put them all in there. We've got 900. Also, we've got 94,730,000 LP tokens that are PLS pool, and of course that worth 734,000. In fact, we've made money in the capital gain there. How about that? What were we at yesterday? 630, 680. We're up on our pool, and of course we have earned 8.386 INC incentive tokens. Yield farmers are going to love this, baby. Yeah. This is just one of the reasons why yield farmers will come to Pulsechain. People say, why people are going to bridge stuff over the bridge. Well, this is just one of the reasons, a very big one, to earn the incentive tokens. So far, earned 8.39 incentive tokens, $1,000 US at the moment. That's not a full 24 hours either. When we do our second live stream, we'll harvest these and we'll see exactly where we get to on that point. APR is pretty awesome at the moment on this, of course, 71.6%. Obviously, this goes down. The more people that are providing liquidity, this will go down, relatively speaking, subject to the prices of the pool as well. So very cool. $1.6 billion in liquidity provided for the PLS pool. We've got 955 for the USDC PLS pool. This will obviously be very, very popular. I also suggest that USDL PLS will surprise to the upside. That could be a very, very big pair. The USDL PLS pool. Watch out for that. Who knows? Will we get a heart stable coin as well? Richard's going to pull that rabbit out of his hat. and that would be pretty awesome too. We could see some interesting trading pairs coming up there in the future, as well as any of the conventional ones that are already out there in terms of DAI and other tokens. So watch out for the USDC, watch out for the stuff like that. It's going to be fascinating. Very cool. Don't forget, we've got the war chest as well sitting inside, $680 million or so, with stables through the sacrifice ranges. Who knows? No expectation will work out others, but watch the space on that too. I think there's some possibly clear use cases for that. And of course, Richard has indicated that the hard tokens, the Hex, the Pulse, and stuff like that, going to have pretty much have the good liquidity. And of course, why would you pick up some other tokens, knowing that the better liquidity is going to be in particularly the Hex pair there. So going to be good times, man. Good times, rock and roll. That is pretty much it on that one. I just wanted to go to the CoinGecko and look at the exchanges at the moment and see what Pulsechain might be able to get up to here. We've got the centralized exchanges. We've got Binance at 11.6 billion in trading volume on 24-hour basis. We've got FTX here at 1.8, 1.9 billion. Now, obviously, Richard's also talked about an exchange listing Pulse. Which one of these will it be? So we will find out. But there are some that just definitely look like they won't be. There's probably probably 3 or 4 out of the top 10 possibilities in my view. So watch out for that. It's going to be cool. The other thing, of course, is we've got the decentralized exchanges. So how much volume will Pulsechain do? We've got the decentralized here. Uniswap at 1 billion here. I just have a feeling that Pulsechain is going to trounce a lot of this value in good time. Remember, it's not like Pulse. We've got a low cheap Pulse that goes up over time and cheap fees. It's actually on the value of what's trading through. So obviously the assets have to trade up, but they kind of self-fulfill itself. So I look forward to seeing how good that can be, how fast that they can ramp up. It is all unknown, but of course we've got all the amazing tokenomics to make it happen and incentivize liquidity as well. So it's going to be cool with the AMM bot setting up the platform for that, or the basis for that. So it's going to be fun to watch that. So at the moment, DEXs are doing 2.6 billion compared to the centralized exchanges, which all the DEX volume would put at number 2. But of course, we've got all these centralized exchanges doing. We've got 9 actually over $1 billion in trading volume now. Obviously, there's some debate about the quality of the volume that's going through some of these. But in any case, you can see Binance at 11.6 billion. Going to be interesting to see that. All right, we come up to 1 minute towards the end of the day 913. Waiting for that to emerge. Cool. Let us there. Angus has posted something about crypto tax. If you want to check that out. We are going to go over to the Hex Daily Stats. This is going to take a while to finish. So we'll just have to take that into account. So we're going to be back here. We're just closing the day, almost finished here on the day. That's we've basically got 6.143 Hex per T-share. And penalties are pretty modest. This is the lowest day of penalties I've seen for a long time. 184,000 in penalties. What is it with Hexkins keeping their responsibilities? This is a new turn of a new leaf has been turned in the Hex community. We only get penalties of 184,000. Man, that's some crazy stuff right there. We were used to getting millions of Hex penalties a day. We're down to 184,000. Well done. All right, so cool. We're going to come back to that. It's normally about 17-18 minutes after the hour. The day will update with results for day 913. So we'll have to come back to that. I think we'll probably still just be live streaming at that stage. So we'll come back to there. In the meantime, let us go back to this 4 screens. We're going to sit on there for a little bit, get into the chat. And Thomas says, poor microphone, says Thomas. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. And Creme de Creme says, I'm surprised that there's still no max button to click on the testnet when it comes to swapping the tokens. Yeah, I thought that had been raised in the issues there, Creme de Creme, and GitLab. I'm not sure if GitLab's got anything on it. Let me just jump over to GitLab and see. Yeah, not much update there on the issues here. Not sure if they had made the issues list. A max button. I thought a max button had been raised on the issues here, but not sure. Not sure. I'm not even sure if the search works very well on the search there. Yeah, I'm not sure if the search button works. I'm not sure what the wild card numbers are either. Issues on there. I'm not sure if they use Ash or whatever, or the other symbol, which I can't remember what it is. Asterisk. Pulsechain Simpson, how real do you think this is with testnet to mainnet in terms of the numbers, mate? Bring it on. As always, love your work, says Pulsechain77. Their future prices, not very real. All the numbers are fake. They're not based on real behavior. What I would say is the trend is your friend. So the ratio, possibly around Pulsex, might end up being pretty similar. I wouldn't be surprised with that. With volatility, though, great volatility. And the volatility is not from the general markets, but it's from the patterns we already know, people wanting to swap, particularly around Pulse, X Pulse. And of course, Pulse is going to be in big demand. Pulse number 1, Pulse X number 2, and then Hex and some popular PRC 20s. Under the way I feel things are going to float, and that's just obvious with the wallet numbers for Sacrifice. 3-to-1 ratio from Pulse X to Pulse, and of course, people saying that in polls that we've had all the polls and people coming on. I want to get some Pulse. I missed out on Pulse, but I'll get some Pulse X to buy some Pulse. So I think that's all going to play out. But really, ultimately, it's the big players that are going to call the shots, and that's where we're going to get big volatility. And there you could be trading the ratio and the pools, and they could end up being quite severe. Remember, the AMM bot's going to be minting upwards of around about 3 trillion, 1 to 3 trillion, some of that ballpark for liquidity. And of course, if they're doing V3 liquidity, that's going to be towards the higher end and adding to the supply. So the Pulse X Pulse supply will be fairly similar, maybe $500 billion difference, and some of that ballpark. So yeah, really it's going to be that demand there, and that's before with the airdrop holders as well can ratio trade. Some of those pairs may actually perform better because of people ratio trading Hex and Pulse X, for example, for Pulse. Those two pools may be under some pressure, particularly from the big holders. Depending on what the big holders doing, you might see the big spikes from those big holders in the early times. It's going to be fascinating. Also, the first movers always have the most, set the price once that first mover advice. The AMM bots really like the first trade if you think about it. It's going to be interesting. And what else? When the bridge opens up again, it's going to be amazing to see that. And then, of course, when the leveraged platforms like liquid loans 4 to 8 weeks later and fiat and stuff like that start launching, that's also going to create another whole wave as well. So the numbers are fictional, but some of the trend ratios may be similar, or at least end up on average similar. And then if you're doing something when you're playing around with it on Monopoly, and imagine you're playing Monopoly, but if you get pretty serious with Monopoly money, that's probably more serious than Pulsex, right? Playing Monopoly, a lot more serious than playing and practicing on Pulsex at the moment. But of course, so remember, your games in Monopoly are pretty serious. But if you were doing something for real, then it's very serious, right? Because you can get wrecked pretty quickly. So people make quite different decisions. But sometimes people don't do what they say as well. That's also true. So just tapering some of my comments. Some people don't do what they say they're going to do in these polls. They change their mind, and of course the context changes as well over time. The vibe, the momentum, the interest, the education. Things can change a lot of people's decisions. I know a lot of people wanting passive income on the platform. So I think a lot of those projects that offer relatively safe, good passive income will be in high demand. Expecting that. Crypto Manics in house there. You can track your portfolio on testnet profits with HexTrack. You'll see how inflated the testnet prices are. Lol, says Crypto Manic. Yeah, that's true. So really good point, Crypto Maniac. Appreciate that. And one can only wish though, says Crypto Manic. Yeah. The future prices at for sure. No wish, just time. Yeah. It's just time. That is a good point. So they have, like I said, their future prices, but a lot to happen before that. Pulsechain says, man, I heard last night on another stream, like Pulsechain is actually ready to go. Barrett still thinks BTC going to 11K. Waiting to hear that happens before launching. Makes sense. Your thoughts? That's just hearsay at this stage. So unless that person is in the dev chat or something, heard something in the dev chat, you'd want something pretty close to the source, right? That's what I would say there, Pulse77. I haven't seen anything about that. Now, that could be the case. but without some, bit of hard evidence, you want something before you start, talking about. Otherwise, it's just people's theories, right? Now, we got different theories, and some of them may play out, but you want a bit of who's saying it and how close to the team are they. Probably come with two quick questions that come to mind. But I love it too, Pulse 77. It sounds exciting. What you just said sounds exciting. But yeah, I don't. Richard in the previous video said that he wasn't waiting for the low. He just wanted to launch as soon as possible. If you go back to his last couple of comments, he wanted to launch as soon as possible. I'm definitely in the view that you don't want it to go back to the all-time low. Definitely want it, at decent prices, not too high, not too low, and of course in the just right zone, which I think we're kind of in at the moment, where Pulsechain can price itself up from zero, remember, up to absolute values, which is much better in my view. And of course, absolute values is going to be pretty neat. A DB is in the house there. Greetings, a DB Cooper. Woohoo! If that's true, it will never launch, says DB Cooper. Lol, says excellent choice. Superman's greetings, says Navin. Hey, Navin, good to see you. Big shout out. Greetings, Superman. Good to see another Hex Token channel member in the house. Represent. Yo! What else we got there? We've got excellent choice. Bitcoin can drop. Will it happen? Who knows? Well, we're definitely in a downward trend for Bitcoin, in my view. So I think I've been pretty clear about that. The other thing is that I would, I hope that it doesn't. Obviously, if we do, then I guess, I think we'll do well under any circumstances. I just think what I think is an optimum play for absolute dollar gains, because you're trying to price assets up towards the absolute level, and of course that'd be pretty neat. So yeah, we'll see. We got a price discovery, right? We need price discovery for Pulse, price discovery for Pulse X, price of discovery for the incentive token. The incentive token will do really well if a lot of yield farmers go for that. That could going to surprise a lot of people. It is going to be deflationary, so it's going to be interesting to people trying to accumulate that too. Big money comes into yield farming, so we'll watch that pretty closely as well. Not people really talk about incentive token much, but I do think that it could be pretty in demand. So watch your space on that one. In fact, even though this is only testnet, even though it's only testnet there, it is. Even though it's only testnet, it has incentive token is up there pretty high, I'm pretty sure. Let me have a look at the tokens here. It's going to populate. That's number 6 there at the moment. So ignore the numbers, but it is pretty interesting to see that at the moment. Remember, at the moment on the testnet, look, there's hardly any volume trading at the moment on the testnet as well. So it's pretty low on there. I mean, these are probably decent. 2.42 million today so far. 154 million yesterday. So yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff there. I'm pretty ambitious about the volumes. I think they'll grow relatively fast, but once again, no one knows what they could. You could do some basic math and you probably work out a basic idea, but you have to make a lot of assumptions to do that. And I think you could do that. How many trading pairs you think you're gonna have, how much volume, all that sort of turnover and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Top Gun Hexadian decides to spend some time doing that. Big shout out to him. I haven't seen him for a little while, but love his work. Cool. We can jump out of there. Bam. We are waiting for the end of the day. About the number 7 minutes. We'll get the end of the day results for Hex Day 913. 2.5 years, folks. Pretty awesome. Excellent choice says, regardless, prepare yourself. Yeah. Everyone's had plenty of time to get their positions ready, right? Accumulate Hex and all that sort of stuff. And of course, I imagine that the Hex price at the moment, after it's been smashed down to this level, that could have quite the rebound, given all this disappointment. I mean, you have all this disappointment max stuff, then the price can really rebound pretty strong. So watch out for that. Obviously, if you watch Hex Token channel or any of the other regular channels that are broadcasting, then you'll know that a lot of those people have been accumulating. So they're playing for the big game, the long game. Pulsechain will come, not a matter of if, but when. So definitely is the case there. Excellent choice says, we have no idea what will happen in the world that will affect us. Is excellent choice. Well, we can play probability though. Excellent choice. I do agree with you on that, but we can play probability, and that's what we do. I would say it's not probability of a project so much as more timing. Time is always the most difficult thing if you think about it. Probability of success and the timing are the two key attributes, and And timing is always trickier. Getting that right. So not financial advice, but when buying a dip, do not go all in. No, dollar cost average. That's what we typically say on this channel. Also, we also talk about having some diverse portfolio. Obviously, that said, I do believe that Richard Hart is building out the golden products of crypto. So I've been consistent with that too on this channel. There are tens of thousands of crypto projects now, but really only a small fraction of 1% of those are any good. And I think right at the top is what Richard Hart is building. It is amazing. Pulsechain will be the first system state fork of Ethereum, potentially the biggest yield farm in crypto history, biggest airdrop in crypto history, and potentially the fastest way to mass adoption in crypto history. As well, on top of that, deflationary tokenomics, leveraged lending, fiat gateways, and cross-chain bridges. It's going to be a beautiful day. And I imagine that we will get more than just one centralized exchange. If they want to get the big action on the marketplace, they'll be coming to list us as well. So, and then of course we'll have a number of listing sites as well, Nomex and was it Coin Picker or whatever, other places like that. So stay tuned. Sorry, Kristen, I haven't asked you for a while. What do you think the price of PLS and PLSX will be at the launch and in 3 months after, says Pulse6777. Well, probably no different to what I said back then, Pulse77. So yeah, we're going to get a bit of battle at the 0001 line. I think that, maybe a 10x is in the game, possibly within the first couple of weeks, and we'll see how that plays out. My top price at the moment is 1 cent within, say, 12 months. That's kind of where my top price is at the moment. And what method is it based on? It's based on a market cap method, which I think, despite people not liking market cap, is what most people use. So people will definitely be watching that. Can we surpass that? Of course. Does market cap move? Of course. But that's kind of where I'm at this stage. Jen Hex in the house deck, Gwei 666. Nice. That's really nice to the eye. High Gwei in Ethereum. That's good for Pulsechain. Pulsechain will be super, super cheap. All right. Let us see how we get on there. We got BTC at 30,435. We've got Ethereum at 1832. We have we've got BTC at miles away from any golden cross, miles away at this stage. So yeah, still that bearish trend there. The death cross down. Hex at the moment sitting at resistance here, right on the line pretty much. Let's hope for a green day. Once again, man, Pulsechain comes out in any way, you watch this Hex chart fly, bro. It's gonna fly. Did I say bro? I did. Crypto Heartbeat was talking about bros and mates yesterday, and I just said bro. That was his influence. Crypto Heartbeat influenced me then, because I say mates, because I'm from good old Kiwi land, Australia, Kiwi land. We say mates. I think people in the UK say mates as well. I think they say mates. At least in England they do. Yeah, I think that's about it. Do they? I don't think South Africans say mates. I don't think so. Could be wrong about that, but don't think they do. G'day, mate. How you going, mate? You're my mate. This is kind of like a nice, friendly way of saying we're together. We're together in this world, sharing this world, kind of thing. All right. It's kind of weird. You very rarely get saying, you're not my mate. You're not my mate. You might really get that. So anyway, it's funny. People are funny, aren't they? People are funny. All right, so let's jump away. Hex at the 6.7. We got Hedron at 593. We got Maxi at 66% premium, and at a price of 11.28 cents on a bit of a comeback after that big sell. And then we got Pulse Dodge at $3.86. We're going to jump over to the Hex Daily Stats. They must be out now. Not quite. Maybe not quite out there. Pretty close, though, as we're coming up to an hour and 30. Yeah, we're waiting for day 913 to post up there. We're going to end up on those numbers when they come up there. DB Cooper says, Canada says buddy. Hey, buddy. Buddy. Did they go Canada Air? Canada Air, Buddy Air? Did they go Buddy Air? Or did they just go Buddy? Let me know, DB Cooper. Buddy A. I thought Canadians add the A on the end. We say A a lot too. Like we say a lot, but not in the way Canadians do. They always seem to put it on. How you doing, A? Where you going, A? Something like that, where they put the A on the end. Let me know. It's funny, interesting. The cultures are funny with the different language and stuff. Gals, says Sandy Beach. Gals, yeah. Hey, gals. Is that an American phrase? Gals? Yeah, that is pretty American, I think. England, yes, they say that. Yeah, England says mates, yeah. Okay, pal, says Gen Hex. Pal. Gal and pals. That's American, yeah, that's definitely American. We've got that mates, bubby, and pals. Mate, bubby, and pals. I see. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Hey, yeah, with the EA. Yeah, sorry, EA. Sorry, that's probably a better way of putting it there. Thanks for the clarification, DB. That's what I say. Lol, says Sandy Beach. Oh, you say mates, bubby, and pals. Bubby. Hey, Bubby. Hey, Bubby. Is that masculine or feminine use? The word Bubby. Hey, Bubby. Bubby, pal. Yeah, we're waiting for this the Hex daily stats to wrap up. We're going to wrap up after that. Very, very, very cool. Let me just refresh. Watching these numbers coming. We're going to go on these. Cool. Okay, 8,100 impressions so far. Woo! I got the view rate up. The view rate's twice as good as yesterday. I'm just not sure what it seems to be fitting in my perception of okay performance, but I must check it against other experts, what experts do when they do Google ads. Because I'm going to get my knowledge right up on that space. Get access. Hey, Bud, yeah, Bud, yeah. They did it on Alan Bundy on the Bundys. Bud was on there. Maybe that's how he got his name as a casual conversation. Hey, Bud, how you doing? It's lovely. Homie says crypto. Yeah, homie. Yeah. Oh, I've said homie a couple of times on this channel. Said, what's up, my homie? Homie's actually quite a good casual name. How you going, homie? And cookies and cryptos in the house. Woo! Yeah. Hey, look, there we are. Day 913 is in the house, folks. We've just got these numbers hot off the press. You just saw update 2nd of June. That's the other thing. The way we say 6, it sounds like 6, but 6th of June. 2nd of June 2020 to 6.7 cents there, just up almost 1% on yesterday. Yesterday was down 17%. We've got 6.143 as a payout. T-share rate 15.34, pretty similar yesterday. Oh, another dot day, 2 dot days in a row after having our massive two decent days. This was ginormous, this one. Second biggest since Big Payday. And of course, 22,688. Now, obviously, you can do, if you do a 10-year stake, you'll get it for a third of this price if you do a 10-year stake. Average stake length, 6.64 years. All-time high is 6.66, is it? Yeah, 6.6. I had a feeling we did 6.7, but I could be wrong about that. Let me, what the heck? What are you doing? Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to click this button there. Oh my God, the computer was going crazy. All right, 6.6, 39% APY. Liquidity in the pool, we're down 3 million on the Hex and up slightly 200,000 on the USDC. So that's cool. So our trend is up. We want that trend. The T-shares up 5,000. We're now 10,415,000. So if you have T-shares, I always say you are pretty special because it's just getting harder to get T-shares. The only way people are getting T-shares cheaper at the moment because the price of Hex is down. If Hex starts to rebound and stays up higher and never comes back to this level at some stage, then you'll never get it cheaper. You'll never get it cheaper. Take into account there. So 5,000 there. What else there? Circulating supply. Nothing much happening there. The percentage of coins, 9.33% is the percentage staked, same as yesterday. Penalty is really low, 184,000 today. That is pretty low. We had a couple of days that were relatively low, but we are obviously getting used to these multi-million penalty days. So very lucrative for Hex stakers. People that are committed to the product, of course, accumulate T-shares. Change in holders up 206, stakers up 44. Stakers up 82, total stakers, and current holders up 105 to 303, 374. Now, this staker number is higher than the staker at one number, which is probably a 94.2, 9.3 something. So I'm not sure the discrepancy. I'd be pretty keen to know why that's slightly different there. But this is the number we need to work on. We need to get out and about and spread the word, do lots of direct promotional marketing. We need to get this up and around. Be nice. I'd like to see a lot of the YouTubers getting out and doing more YouTube videos too. They've been pretty quiet since Hex pulled down. Not everybody, but just a lot. So it'll be nice to see them getting back out and about. But once again, everybody in the community can do any basic form of direct marketing, whether it's just talking to other people or doing a local airdrop around the local area, like Brazozzi was doing with his pamphlets and stickers and things like that. We saw ABIT going into shots pretty cheekily, going into Bitcoin shop there and posting a Pulsechain thing on their Bitcoin thing. It was pretty funny. I think was it Colombia? I think it was Colombia. And so yeah, just getting out and about, maybe just doing your local area. Like I say, most effective is just doing your local block, and then just doing it 2 or 3 times in a row, just so that people get it eventually. And you can do something as simple as that. So definitely get out. We'll get these staker numbers up. Imagine all our community getting out around the world doing that. We start to see these numbers climb pretty good. Now, obviously, the cheaper gas prices during Sunday 1 to 3 a.m. UTC time typically are so. So it's a good time for people to stake. They won't notice the gas fees too much when the GWEI is down lower. Let's say the GWEI is under 30 GWEI. We do get that typically on Sundays and other periods of times. Yeah, definitely a good time to do stake. That way the transaction cost is less. Obviously, they're going to get a 2-for-1 deal at the moment as well. So they're going to get 2 Hex on Pulsechain as well. You have to let them know that there could be price volatility though with that, just so that they're aware of that, and make sure that they are well informed about Pulsechain and Hex as well. They kind of both go together at the moment. You can't really just talk about Hex on Hex.com at the moment. You need to talk about Pulsechain as well because of the copy on Pulsechain and how that influences Hex at the moment. So just to let them know. Pretty cool, exciting stuff. Let's get out there and get that direct promotions out there. We know Richard loves direct promotion activity, so he has posted a lot of that on his Twitter as well, spreading the word with pamphlets and direct promotions and emails, all sorts of different type of direct promotional activities you can do. But typically, simple is good. Simple is good, and friendly is good too. Very nice. All right, I think that's probably it on there. And don't forget to get into Discord if you haven't joined Discord. Looks like we've got a new member there. The link is in the video description. Hey, Vets in Crypto, great to see you in the house. I saw you in the chat there. So let's give you a cool one. What we got there? Let's give you a golden liquid loans one there. How about that? That's pretty nice. All right, cool. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I do 2 live streams a day, of course, and catch me on in another 4 or 5 hours time. We're doing the second live stream. And may very well do my risk return chart. That'll be the first time on this channel, so stay tuned for that with passive income as well. So let's get into the final comments and wrap it up. And I'll leave it on the Hex charts here as we roll out of the live stream. But I'll be back on later on today. Superman, say a 66 for us, just for a laugh. 66. That's funny. That's funny, GetX. 2 more months, says Crypto in the Hood. Hey, good to see Crypto in the Hood. In the Hood. I love it. It makes me want to speak Jamaican when I see your name. Crypto in the Hood, man. Crypto in the Hood, my man. Yeah, something like that. 2 more months. Yeah, 2 more months. Excellent choice says, I'm out. Have a great evening. Excellent choice. You too. Appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Crypto in the Hood. Laughing already. Maybe see you later. Time to eat dinner, folks. Yeah, absolutely. Steve D's in the house there. Hey, guys. G'day from Seattle. Hope you are all well. Working double shifts to dollar cost average in the Hex and my future Pulsechain. Nice one, Steve D. Steve D knows how to play the game, man. That is the way to roll for sure. Property review says excellence. I appreciate that. And a dollar cost average, do your own research. Peace out, says DB Cooper. So true. Hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream today. Catch you in the second one later on today. And of course, Pulse Dodge there looking pretty good. I'm going to read out the prices one more time. 6.76 on Hex, just sitting at resistance. 593 on Hedron. Maxi at 11.29, and with about a 66% premium. And Pulse Dodge there at $3.87. Let's watch that thing. Could that thing keep flying? We got a plane. Let's see what happens for sure. All right, Stevie D's got thumbs up. Thank you, says Sandy Beach. Thank you. Check you later. See you in this afternoon stream. Hey, thanks, GetX. We'll do. And thanks for watching. Let me just type this out, and away we go. Bam. All right, let's post that out. And if you're a Hex Token channel member, you know what to do. Smash out the emojis on the way up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice. And a big shout out to the other YouTubers in the chat there. Of course, we had Crypto Heartbeat and Gen Hex there. So big shout out to both of you. Keep up the great work on your channels. And to subscribers and Hex Token channel members, appreciate the support. And we'll catch you in the next one. Take care, all. Peace. And Instagram model love. Rock on. Thanks, Superman, says James. Oh, good for sure. All right, bye for now. Take care.